Hi, this is Wade Mortensen. I'm Kathleen Kastner's husband, and I am the guest chef this evening, or actually it's just my turn to cook. So welcome to our kitchen, and tonight we're going to be making pad thai, a great vegan pad thai with tofu that doesn't use peanuts or a peanut sauce. It's actually a tamarind pad thai, so I'm happy to share this with you. So if you want to come on in, we'll just kind of show you the noodles that I'll be using. So I've already pre-cooked these noodles in the pot. They're pretty great. You can actually soak them just in super hot tap water, or if you need to boil them, you can cook them a little bit faster that way. For energy savings, you can probably just do a soak with some hot water. We also use this tofu. We like this from Trader Joe's. Any extra firm tofu will probably do. I broil it, so I cube this and put it on the broiling pan for about 15 minutes. You've really got to keep an eye on it because you're going to broil it on the top rack on a blackened cookie sheet. So a cookie sheet that's already been very well used. And don't use the silicone sheet for this. I think it might actually get too hot because it's right up next to open flame. So you just scrape it off with a spatula once it's all crispy on the outside. Gives you nice crispy tofu without having to put any oil on it or anything like that. Okay, so why don't you come on this way and I'll show you next steps here. So we're just going to get the fire started here. I've got two teaspoons of minced garlic and a tablespoon of olive oil, and I probably maybe should have preheated this just a little bit. But we're going to try to get that to start to sizzle up a little bit. And over here you might take a look at the crispy tofu. This is what it looks like after you have broiled it. I know it may not, some of the pieces get a little bit, you really got to watch them because they can turn black in about a minute after that 12 to 15 minute mark.
And no oil required when you broil it on the top shelf like that.
Yeah, you literally just cube it up and put it in there and broil. And there's the noodles, all pre-cooked, ready to go. Dark pot, not as much light over here. But anyway, those are ready to go. And I'm hearing some of the garlic start to sizzle up here a little bit. So some other ingredients that we're going to add, we use tamarind paste. And this brand seems to be pretty good. It's organic and a non-GMO. Tamarind, I think, is, well, I don't really actually even know what it comes from, but it is delicious.
It's ant patties.
It's very sour, like tart and sour, and it really ends up having a really nice flavor to it.
So you may have to get it at an ethnic or Indian market.
Yeah, or the health food store would probably have it.
Or even the health food store, which is great. So this recipe is wonderful if you do have, if you can't do nuts and want to enjoy some pad thai. You can, of course, add peanuts on top if you want when the dish is complete, if you do like peanuts and can use them.
Alright, so we're just going to kind of sizzle up that garlic, and when it's minced real fine like that, it sizzles really quick. The other element that we're going to add to this is tomato paste. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I don't know about you, but whenever I open a can of this, we never end up using the rest of it. So I always go pretty heavy on the tomato paste. We've started just putting a little foil over it and then freezing it. But then you got to remember to pull it back out again.
And what's even healthier is just my friend said, just pull it out of the can, put it in a Tupperware, and put it in the freezer.
So that was a tablespoon of lemon juice because I am burning garlic, so I'm trying to get some. There's a tablespoon of tamari soy sauce.
2.
And one more for good measure.
And tamari is a gluten-free soy sauce, basically.
And
you can usually find that at the regular grocery store, like Kroger stores, or the health food store.
I like to use a whisk to just kind of help break up that tomato paste. And then I'll probably add a little bit of water to this as well.
So we've got tamarind, tomato paste, lemon juice, and
Did you see me? Did I put the tamarind
tamari.
in there? I don't feel like I put the tamarind in there yet. That could have been tragic, right?
There you go. It looks like molasses.
Yeah.
And it's just a tablespoon?
Yeah, it has a similar consistency to molasses. Because there's the dark looking sauce that I was expecting.
He's in love with his tamarind, even if I had a peanut sauce. He would want the tamarind.
I do like the tamarind sauce. It's just a totally different flavor. Like you go to a Thai food restaurant, and I don't know. I don't see too many tamarind pad thais. So this one's super good. And Kathleen's going to link to this. There's a place with a recipe or a website with a recipe.
Yeah. It's from the Accidental Vegan.
Accidental Vegan. Yeah, good job for coming up with a tamarind. This is actually probably one of my favorite homemade pad thais, or it is actually our favorite homemade pad thais.
Okay.
And I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it, a little more, maybe just a tablespoon of water. Probably add even more than that. And then in order to kind of heat the tofu back up again, I just put it right in with the sauce. And then when we scoop the sauce out onto our noodle mixture, then we've got that ready to go. And it makes every bite of tofu very tasty, whereas tofu maybe doesn't normally have a lot of flavor. And crispening the tofu almost to the point of drying it out a little too much in the broiler actually makes it to where, you know, it'll soak up a little bit of the sauce and give that tofu some great flavor. So let's go back over to the food processor so we can get our fresh ingredients all chopped up. So food processor ready to go. I'm going to put some cabbage in there. And
can you show them that attachment real quick, please?
Sure. Which one are we talking about?
What you've got
Shredding?
in there. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this actually shreds cabbage, carrots, whatever. Gives you shredded cabbage or carrots. Instead of just using the chopping blade, we want shreds. It's kind of neat how it just pivots on this spindle that sticks up out of the...
And of course, if you don't have a food processor, you could just finely chop some cabbage.
Some serious chopping.
The great thing about this pad thai is it has like a salad on top of it. You get lots of raw veggies.
Yeah, it's a kind of a cool hot mix, you know. So I mean, it's overall ends up being a cold salad because you got cold veggies going on top of it. It always makes it a nice mess. And so I've already diced up some green onions, sliced up some green onions so everybody, kind of knows how to do that. But the raw cabbage is it just makes this dish completely beautiful. I just put it right in the Tupperware because I know we're probably going to be eating this again tomorrow night. And then we go right to the carrots. There's not really much need to clean it out unless you really want your carrots and your cabbage to be perfectly separated. And maybe if you're for presentation, you might want it to look a little bit. So now I'm just shredding up those carrots.
That's amazing. You can put that many in at one time.
Oh yeah, you can just stack them in. And then of course you got some to snack on while you're cooking.
Get lots of roughage, lots of vitamin C and fiber.
Wow, these are those big old juicing carrots, so we got lots of carrots. But
they're good for us.
Yeah. So yeah, we turned this into a salad with some awesome tamarind sauce. So we got that going. And
I'm going to do the noodles.
Sure, we got the tamarind here.
And we're almost done.
Get some noodles.
Just going to piece it together here.
Grab some noodles.
And you can use any rice pad thai. The store I went to only had these. and technically they do say linguine, but they work.
Oh, like a pad thai. Like
Yeah, Amy's makes a pad thai. Awesome
Cool.
rice noodles, but any rice noodle, in my opinion, works.
Sure. So,
Okay.
I like to put I don't know, maybe I'm kind of picky. Because the noodles have very little flavor, I like to put the tofu and the sauce on the noodles. And then hopefully we end up, I also like to do it in a bowl, but we've been doing the bowl a lot, so, because I tend to toss mine a little bit just so we can get some flavor going there. Carrots. We're gonna go carrot heavy since we've got lots of carrots to use up. Put some beautiful cabbage on there, right? And then dig a little deeper for some green onions.
And you could always add sprouts and peanuts if you wanted to.
Yeah, there will be some peanuts on mine.
So let me get in here and zoom in so you can see how beautiful that looks. Yeah, well.
So that's it. So that's the delicious tamarind pad thai that we make, I don't know, probably a couple times a month. And it's delicious. It's a great summer meal, especially on a hot night or something like that, where you want something a little cool and it's still got some hot in it too. The noodles are hot, the tofu's hot, the tamarind sauce is hot. But you've got all kinds of fresh, raw, delicious vegetables that you're just packing into your body. You get to eat a lot too, so make sure you make a big plate of this. Thanks a lot. So thank you so much for saving animals with your food choices, and thank you for liking and subscribing to Kathleen's channel. We're really building that viewer base, and thank you for trusting me to guide you through a little cooking adventure.